Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are looking at my 2026 binder setup. I do have some new binders, I do have a new setup, some new envelopes that you wouldn't have seen before, so we're just going to go through that. Just excuse the stains on the desk mat, I'll have to get another one, but that was when I was cleaning off my challenges and the Sharpie's kind of stained. So first thing we have is the two dark purple rib binders. Now these are from Budget and Bloom Designs, and so we'll go into the first one. So that is my annual occasions binder. We have a little charm on here, I believe I got that from Wednesday Plans, and we have a dashboard from Studio Budgets, which I thought was rather cute, a little teddy bear dressed as a pumpkin. So the first thing we've got is Pancake Day. There is some money in some of these already from the big reallocation we did, and I've got a tracker in there from Lily Rain Designs. We've got two Mother's Day envelopes. One is for me, just for Bailey to get me a little something, and one is for my mum, which has actually the one that's got some money in it. Again, I do have a tracker from Cash But Cute for Mother's Day, but I can't actually find it at the moment, so once I find that, that will be popped in here. And I've also got a tracker from Studio Budgets that I normally do as well, so the two of them together save me about £150, which is what I normally need, because normally I'll get my mum a gift, then I'll take her out for something to eat as well, so that's what I aim to save for that. We've got Easter, and we've got the Cash But Cute Easter tracker in here. Halloween, Bonfire Night, Black Friday, Boxing Day and New Year. And then I've just got a wee paw print dog envelope in the back here. That's just for if we get anything special for Bailey for any of these occasions. We'll just fund some money into there if we're planning anything. So that is my annual occasions binder. You'll notice I don't have Father's Day. I don't celebrate that any longer because I don't have my dad, so that's why that's missing, but everything else I think is there. So that is the first binder. The second binder we have is also in the dark pink, and this is my birthdays binder. So again, we have an annual events dashboard from Studio Budget, and then we have the birthday envelopes, and this is just the same trackers I used last year. There's nothing in Bailey. His birthday's just been, it was actually his birthday yesterday, and he turned 6 yesterday, but for his actual birthday I will save for that in his own binder, in his savings, and then I'll just pop it into my birthday binder once it's saved for. So we've got that here. So yeah, so we've started saving up for next year, so that'll just get saved for in there, and then once that's fully saved for, or once each challenge is completed, that'll just go into here, and that'll just sit for till I'm ready to go and get his presents for his birthday. Next we have a new envelope added. This is my brother's partner. They are getting married this year, so while I didn't previously normally give her a birthday gift, I will be now, since she will officially be part of the family. There is some money in here because it's her birthday really soon. Again, I was saving £50 for, I don't know why I put 70 in there, but anyway, so that's that. And her birthday is done because I had some money left in the bank from Christmas, so I actually just got her birthday sorted, gave her a voucher, so that's done. So this extra £20, I actually might just put into challenges. The next one is Maddie and Millie. So Millie is Bailey's big sister. She is one of my mum's dogs, and Maddie is the other one of my mum's dogs. So they just have an envelope for the both of them. So Millie's birthday's in April, Maddie's is in June. So Millie's funded. I'm now working on Maddie. And again, I'll probably just say £50 for each of them. So that's nearly done. So we'll fund some more of that once we've completed some challenges. The next one is Django. This envelope is Bailey's friend. Again, we save for Bailey's friend's birthday in Bailey's binder, but then the money will go in here. Just because I like to keep all my birthday money together. And again, we'll go and get some presents and we'll send them down to him in Essex. He is also the 1st of April, so he ties with Millie, but he is, I believe, 2 years older than Millie. Or 1 year older than Millie. My memory's failing me, but I'll double check. No, I think it's 2 years older than... No. Oh, I don't know. Then we've got my youngest brother's birthday. We have my grand's birthday. They are both in May. We have my other brother's birthday. He is the beginning of July. We have my mum's birthday, who is also in July. Then we have my birthday. I still save some money for my birthday, and then I can spend that on... That's just kind of guilt-free spending. I can spend that on whatever I want. That's not counted in the budget. It's just saved, and I can blow that however I want. So that's what that's for. And I'll just save whatever I save, and then I'll need to clean that off because that's from last year. I could buy the most ridiculous thing. I can buy clothes. I can do whatever I want with it, basically. And then that's all my birthdays until November, when I've got my granddad's birthday. However, I'm thinking about adding a wee envelope in here just to save some money for September, which would have been my dad's birthday, because normally they get flowers and stuff for his grave. So I'm thinking of just putting a wee envelope in here just to put that money aside. But we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. And then we have just an envelope for birthday meals. So if we know we're going to be going for a meal, we could just save some money in there. But it's typically maybe only my mum's and my grand's really I go for a meal for. Because I don't see a great deal of my brothers. You know, we're all busy, we all work full time. You know, they've got their own lives. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for my birthdays. These are the ones I save for. And then anything else just comes out my gift envelope in my sinking fund. So obviously at my work we do collections and things for birthdays, and that comes out of my gift envelope. We typically put in £10 each person each birthday, and there's about maybe 8 of us who are involved in it. And then if it's a big birthday like a 40th, a 50th or something, we put in £20. So that's how we do it. The next binder I've got is a Christmas binder. This came a while back in the studio budget lane, 3rd box in the series. I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, it was the North Pole themed box. So I've been waiting to do this. I've just not really had the budget for it. So what I've decided I'm going to do is, with this year, I'm going to use this to feed into my Christmas box, which you've seen before. So I'm going to do again what I did this year. I'm going to use my Christmas box, which is my Christmas 1k savings, to save for my big gift fund for the family. I'll need to clean that tracker off. But yeah, so and then... But what I'm going to do is, rather than just putting the money in the box, which it could get a wee bit boring, I'm going to use these challenges. And then as I complete the challenges, I'm going to stuff the box. And then it gives me the opportunity to use this as well. And then for the other things, like my Christmas food budget, my gifts and... Not my gifts, my cards and wrap, all my wee bits and pieces that added things to Christmas, I'm going to do my Christmas binder again. Also this year I'm going to save a wee bit more for Advents, just purely because I ended up buying more Advents than I planned this year, and I probably will next year. I'm not going to lie about it, because I couldn't decide what one to get. So rather than end up using like the Christmas buffer to fund the Advents, I'm going to have more money saved for the Advents, and then the buffer's there for what's intended for, just if we need a wee bit more money in any of the categories. But hopefully we won't, and then we could just put that back into savings. So the next one we have is, this is the Wizard of Oz box from Rainbow Budgets and Plans. I didn't actually get the box because I missed it, but I did buy all the challenges that were in the box. And, you know, I've just popped my wee charms in the, which I think I did get with the challenges, in this binder. So I'm going to be starting this year, not at the moment, but come April, May time, once the date's finished, I'm going to be starting this, and I'm going to do this as a thing to save. I think the plan is I'm maybe going to do £100 or £150 a month into this until I've completed the challenges, and then the money's going to be allocated into categories that need it. Again, just because I found that, you know, doing the challenges and saving the money, then putting it where it needs to go is what works for me, opposed to just straight saving it. So yeah, so that'll be something I'm doing next year. The next binder is my subscriptions binder. So I want to do my subscriptions annually. So I've got I've got some challenges in here that I've had for a while from that Budget Luxe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save for my subscriptions in here. So I've got my Prime subscription, which I think will be about £100. Disney Plus, Netflix. Again, I'm not sure if you can actually pay your Netflix annually. I'll need to look into that, but I'm going to save for it anyway, and then maybe just have it in a pot on Monzo, and then I can just, I don't know, I'll just see. And then I've also got an envelope for Apple subscriptions, because I do have a couple of things on my phone that I do subscribe to that I enjoy, so I'm going to save up to pay them annually, because like if you do them monthly, or it's like maybe £40 a month for the month, but then if you get it annually, it's maybe £100 or £200, and then you get offered, you know, if you take it annually, you get at half price or whatever. So it's in, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to save up for them. I did go annual on a couple of subscriptions off of some Christmas money, so I've done that already, so they won't be due to be paying to it, but it's going to save me a heap of money, rather than, you know, getting them for a month, then cancelling them, then getting something else for a month. Like, I'll be able to have these 2 or 3 subscriptions to the apps that I like and save a boatload of money if I just save for them annually and pay them annually. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to save for some extra spending as well, rather than spending and then having to find the money in the budget. Although I'm not going to try not buy anything on Etsy for a good while, because I've had quite a few purchases recently in the last few months, and I shouldn't need anything else. Plus I've got all my advent calendars and all my challenges to use. I've got my self-care binder. Again, I've got this lovely dashboard from Studio Budgets. So at the moment, all I've got in here is self-care and hair and takeaways and treats, but I'm also going to have beauty, perfume and skincare in here as well. I do have a tracker somewhere to put into my skincare, to put into my perfume one. I'm going to go to find a tracker that I'm going to use for my skincare. I have worked out what I need for my skincare, because there is a specific brand that I just started using a few months ago, which I really like. It's not cheap, but it's good quality and it does last a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save up the money that I need to buy one of every product that I use, and then I'm just going to keep it in my binder until I need to buy it again, and then once I spend that, I'll just save up again for the next round. Again, perfume, just in case I fancy any new perfumes. I don't buy perfume often, but you know. And again, beauty is just any sort of makeup bit, anything that's not covered in anything here. And I've actually got, I'm just actually going to swap out this 20 for these 5s, just so that I can put, got better denominations for going into my challenges with that money I've got there. So that is that. So I've got some money in here again, and that hopefully the next time you see it I will have my envelopes, because I'm waiting on getting the envelopes that I was using for health. I'm waiting on getting these so that I can pop these into my self-care, because I have actually ordered new envelopes for health. So again, we've got health, we've got dentist, we've got optician. These all got like absolutely rinsed before Christmas. So we need to start building them back up again. I've got my skinny jab and my tattoo envelopes. So the tattoo isn't a priority, that I'll just get as and when, because I do have a couple of tattoos I want to get, but again, there's no rush for them. Skinny jab, I do want to go back on the Manjaro after Christmas. I was previously on it, but I came off it because of the price increases. It got really, really expensive. And yeah, I was just kind of like, no, I can't afford to do this. So I just went on to the Wegovy, but the Wegovy wasn't working for me. So again, after Christmas, I want to get back on the Manjaro. And again, as paying off the debt, which will be in March, I'm going to have the extra money available to be getting the Manjaro. So, because I do want to lose some weight for my brother's wedding, because if I didn't say before, he is getting married in September. So yeah, that is going to be that binder. And then I have got my annuals binder. So this is kind of annual bills. So these are the things I want to save for annually. So TV licence, again from Cash But Cute. I've got mortgage overpayment. I've got credit card repayment. So what the plan is to do with this, although I've got credit card that I'm not using, and I'm not intending to use it. I'm just going to build up a wee buffer in here, so that if I do for whatever reason have to use my credit card, or if I have an unexpected expense that I've not budgeted for, I can have a wee buffer in here to start to pay off the bill. I've got my bulk shop. I'm going to start funding this because I want to save up for this, and then what I want to do is I want to be trying to, well, let's just say, stock up the freezer with home cooked meals, healthy meals, try and eat a bit better again to help with losing weight, because obviously I work 12-hour shifts. I can't be bothered cooking a lot of the time for myself, so then I eat crap, and I really want to get healthier, so that is my plan for that. Again, gas booster, I want to just save up, so I'm going to save up to £400 in here, and I'm just going to keep that for those cold winter months when I maybe got to pay more for gas. Electric booster, again the same, I'm just going to build up a buffer, but again I don't pay a massive amount for electric because I have solar panels on my house, so my electric has just changed and it has gone up a wee bit, but it's still only like £5 a month, so I'm still paying under £50 a month for electric, which I don't think is too bad for a 5-bedroomed, not a 5-bedroomed house, a 3-bedroomed house. I'm talking rubbish, I do apologise. I've been working all week. Home insurance, again, I want to start saving for this annually, save a wee bit of money. And then, again, for anybody who doesn't know already, I am a nurse, so I have to pay certain fees. well, to be fair, the RCN I don't have to pay for, but it is advised that you are a member of a union, and a lot of workplaces do say, you know, they do want you to be part of a union for insurance purposes and all that, whatever. But when I joined uni, it was advised to join, so I did, and I'm still a member. So yeah, just wanting to save up for that annually. Again, I'm not sure if you can actually pay that annually, but I just want to be a year ahead with the funds for that anyway. And then NMC, which you can pay annually. I don't at the moment, I pay it quarterly, but again, I want to save up and just pay this annually. So again, this is your registration fee. So without, and this you do have to pay, this is a non-negotiable. To allow you to work as a nurse, you must be on the NMC register. That enables your employer, basically anyone in the UK, can search your name and find out if you have any restrictions against you in your practice, basically. And basically this is what basically governs you as a nurse. And then I've got the wee Think to Save challenge, so I just want to use this to save up towards 5-week months. So I think I worked out that I'm going to need about £160-ish per week. If you take into account groceries, you take into account Bailey's money, spending, travel, etc. So I'm just going to do this a couple of times. And then once I've saved that, that'll be saved. And then if I've got a 5-week month and the budget's tight, I'll use this money. If I have a 5-week month and no, I can make the budget stretch, I won't use this money. I'll just keep it for when the budget is tight. Because again, my wages aren't set. It all depends on the number of shifts I work in a month. So I work 4 12-hour shifts per week, but depending on how the month falls, I might work 16, I might work 17, I might work 18. Occasionally I work 19. So when it falls a 16 shift month, which usually happens in February, money's tight. 17 and 18 months are fine, and 19 is I have a wee bit extra. However, I'm also affected by extra tax as well. So yeah, so that's another thing. So onto the binders you will probably be seeing on a weekly-ish basis. Well, actually, you won't be seeing these two on a weekly basis, so I'll actually do these two first. I'm getting ahead of myself here. The Christmas binder, you saw this last year. We're going to be using this again next year. We're just going to be saving for, well, again, we'll do the challenges and then the money will go into here. So so Bailey's, once I've saved for Bailey's Christmas, the money will go into here. This will be your miscellaneous, this will be your advent, this will be your decorations, whatever. Once I've completed the box, family gifts, that'll go into there. Money I save for me will go into there. This will just be some money for wee treats prior to Christmas. So yeah, I've got again a lovely dashboard from Studio Budget in there. These are so cute. So yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to put the challenges in the front here this year. I put my different and then just feed the money into here. Once I've completed them into the categories that it needs to go into. But again, I love this. This is my favourite ever collection from Budget with Ira. The Winter Wishes. And this won't be coming into play, this Christmas binder, probably until about June, July, the same as it did last year. The long-term savings binder. The emergency fund, so I finally found my Cashbook Cute Tracker again. There's some money in here from the challenges reallocation that I did the last couple of months. So I've not decided how much I want each icon to be, but I am aiming to have at least £1,200 in my emergency fund by the end of this year. I do have a few hundred from last year. So depending on how the money goes, we'll aim to add those together to get the 1,200, or if we can, we'll discount last year's and we'll go for £1,200 this month. Not this month, this year. So I'll end up having about £1,500, and then again we'll keep building on that, because eventually I would like to have £10,000 in an emergency fund. Month ahead, we got the studio, so I'm going to do this. I do have the cash budget contingency, not contingency, the consistency is key, that I was going to use for the month ahead. I did have it in my hands and I can't find it, so I'm just going to do this first and then I'll locate that, and then once I've done this I'll put the consistency as key in. Again, the wedding savings, I've got £250 tucked away in the bank already. This got 20, 40, 60, 80. This got £100 in the reallocation. Again, I'm just going to swap out the 10s and 5s so because they're better chance. So that is £350 in the wedding fund. Again, I'll need to update this tracker to reflect this. I want to save £1,000 by the beginning of August, ideally, for this wedding, because it's the 5th of September. And I'll have to, you know, find a dress and book hair appointments or do all that girly stuff. So I don't typically wear dresses that much. I'm not a girly girl. I don't get my nails done very often, but again, that's part of my job, because we're not meant to wear nail polish for infection control. We're not meant to have long nails, etc, etc. But again, I want to get my nails done, I want to get my eyebrows done, get my lashes done, all those wee things, you know, make an effort to look nice. So yeah, and so this is to include an outfit to get my hair done, get my nails done, get my lashes done, taxis, home, which I think we'll probably need, because I think my mum probably will want to have a drink. I think my other brother probably will want to have a drink. They drive, I don't drink, but I don't drive either, so it's not like I could just drive us home, so we probably will need to get a taxi. Fortunately, me and my mum live very close to one another, and my brother, he'll probably just either stay here, because he lived with me for 2.5 years, and the room I'm recording in is actually the room he lived in for 2.5 years, or he'll stay at my mum's, either or, and my mum's like 2 minutes round the corner or 10 minutes, so we'll probably drop my mum off first, because her house is closer coming from the direction of the wedding, and then I'm just a wee bit round the corner. But I anticipate a taxi home will be at least £50 to £100, so we're including that. And also we will need to probably ask very nicely our dog walker if she can see to the dogs that day. Our dog walker is absolutely fantastic. If for whatever reason, you know, my mum's on a late shift, she's got to go to work early, and I happen to be working that day as well. If we say to the dog, you know, do you mind coming in, letting them out for a wee and giving them their tea, she's great. Or things like that. So, like, ask her, you know, to come in a couple of times. They're okay on their own for a few hours, but to come in, you know, take them for a couple of walks and feed them and that day. Obviously, we will pay her for her time. So I'm anticipating probably giving her £50 to £100 for doing that. But then again, my mum will probably split that with me, because obviously she's got 2 dogs, I've got 1, and Vicky will see the 3 of them. So yeah, we'll probably split that somehow. Like, I don't know how much she would take for it, but obviously I personally will probably give her a wee bonus, just because, yeah, she's going out of her way to help us. And then retirement savings, again, I'm not focusing on this right now, but this will come into play later in the year. And again, this is just to boost my retirement savings. So what I want to do is I just want to save a bit of money, and then I want to find it some kind of investment account, but I think I'll speak to somebody with financial expertise and find out where it's best to put the money. And then what I'll do is I'll just keep completing this challenge and then feeding it into this account. I do have 2 workplace pensions from my 2 stints with the company I worked for, because when I was a teenager I worked with them as a care assistant for 4.5 years, so I have an account from that time. And then I also have the current one I pay into from my time as a nurse with the company, but in a different home. And I think I've also got a private pension, which was a so many year pay into it. I don't pay into it now, but I obviously was, and I think I've got about £15,000 in that. I know that's not a lot for retirement, but again, I'm planning to take out another private pension as well that I'm going to pay into monthly. So all these things together, you know, from now until retirement, hopefully should give me quite a good sort of nest egg for my retirement. And I've got the 5-week-month challenge here from Emma Wednesday Plan. So again, I'm just going to do this as and when I can and just build up for a 5-week month. And between that and that wee Sink to Save challenge that we've got in the other binder, that should hopefully just give me my enough for my 5-week month. And again, we'll use it if we need to. If we don't need to use it, we won't use it. We'll just keep a hold of it until such a time as we do. And then we have got, going to put this here just now. This is a new binder. This is kind of the sort of dream, wishes, aspirations binder. I've only got one thing in it at the moment, and it's London. Been to London before. I would really like to go back, so I just want to start again. I probably won't be putting any money into this the first few months of the year, but as the year draws to an end, I just want to start drip feeding into this, and just as and when. So I've got some London challenges I'm just going to do. I'm also thinking about putting New York in here. I'd love to go to New York for my 40th, but again, I need to see if I can maybe really one of my brothers into coming with me, probably Andrew, just because I don't like to travel on my own. The thought terrifies me, especially with my hearing issues. So, yeah, but Andrew has voiced that he would like to go to New York. I really want to go to New York. Whether or not Andrew would want to go to New York with his big, uncool big sister, I don't know. But anyway, we'll see if we can talk him into that one. But yeah, these are 2 things I'm going to save for in there. And then this is a Christmas binder which we haven't set up yet, so I think we're actually going to put the challenges in separately, and then we were going to feed them into here. So we've got this here. I'm just going to pop this up here. 2 returning binders from last year, which you will all know and all recognise. These haven't changed. These are the only Mr. Bailey's binders. We are doing Christmas savings again. We're going at some point game day this up. But again, it's just all going to be dependent on as and when, and we'll need to change up some of that money into 5s and 10s, but we're just doing the same challenges we did last year, and we're just going to game day up throughout the year. And that's going to be his Christmas fund for his friends' presents. So again, he has got quite a few little friends. We've got some challenges from Studio Budget on here. We've got the little balloon dog, we've got a little bee for Bailey, and we've got a little rainbow. So we got these lovely new envelopes from Bethany Budgets last year. So we've got quite a chunk in his vet fund. I think worth £300 last year, and then we have boosted this a bit with the game day of the reallocation of funds, we'll need to update this tracker because we're going to use this tracker from Cash But Cute this year. And the aim is we want to save £1,000 in this by the end of the year. I do have insurance for Bailey, however, the vets do expect you to pay up front, so it's just good to have this available. We've got the grooming. Again, we're going to need to clean off this tracker. I'm going to do all this off camera when I get a minute. And then we're just going to start again with the tracker, although we do have a bit of money in here, and that's enough money for 2 grooms. And again, I'm just going to change out 20 because the groomer prefers the £20 anyway. So yeah, we'll just do that, and then that's, we won't be giving them a wad of fivers. We've got the treat fund, that's got a little bit of money in it. Pup cups is empty because we got a bunch of stuff to do pup cups over Christmas, so we'll do that again at some point. Emergency fund, that's got some money in it again. We've got the Capricorn challenge for his birthday again, and we're also going to do this one we got from Budget and Bloom Design as a little bit of a freebie, which is really nice of her. So yeah, we'll do that. We've got some money in Easter because Easter's fast approaching, and yeah, we'll be getting some cupcakery and chocolate eggs and stuff. And again, for his friends, we've got Bestie's birthday, so again, once he's done his challenge, that money will go into here, and then once I go shopping, it'll go into that binder. He's got Halloween, he's got Christmas. Swap the 2 5s for the 10. We don't need fivers in his Christmas envelope at all whatsoever. And that's what I kind of do. I just kind of change the money out as I need it. We've got puppy pounds we're going to do again. That's going to fund into his treats. And then we've got the challenge we are doing for his Bestie's birthday. And that has got 20, 45. And again, I'm going to, if I've got more 20s here. Yep, so we'll just change this out and take the 10s. So that's good. We've managed to change all these 20s out. And I will explain where this money has come from as well. This binder's staying the absolute same. The only thing is we've changed it up to a ribbed one. We've got our weeks 1 to 5. So weekly money goes in there ready for stuffing. I did have week 4 money in here. I've taken out that. It's on the cash tray. We are now on Friday of week 4. I've still got some money in my purse from last week. I don't think I'm going to need any money above what I've got left in my purse. So £65 that would have been cash stuffing for week 4. We're just going to put straight in the challenges. We've got the sinking funds binder. This has been condensed because we now have the health and self-care binders. So we've got holiday, clothing, books, technology, nights out and gifts, and eating out. That's all we've got left in there. Again, if you've watched my reallocation, you'll see that I took £100 straight out of the reallocation because I do have a night out in January. Again, I might not use that. I don't think I will because I think we'll have an argument over who's paying for tea. Tickets have already been bought, which I actually need to print out at work next week. But tickets have already been bought. I paid for the tickets. My gran has an argy-bargy about me paying for the tickets. So I don't think I'll win the fight about paying for the meal. So I think I'll maybe use a tenner of this on a taxi home, if that. And then what's left, I'm just going to put into challenges because I don't have any other nights out coming up. And again, technology, which the money come out and got used for something. I can't remember what it was. So again, that's whatever sinking funds got in the game day boost has gone into technology. because again, we're saving for a new laptop first. I would also like an Apple Watch, but that's not a priority. The priority is the new laptop. We have our two challenge binders we're going to use. This is our annual challenge binder. Again, we started this when we did our reallocation. So we have the monthly challenges from Wednesday plans. We have the monthly scratch offs from Wednesday plans. We have the £5 each Wednesday from Wednesday plans. 26 hats in 2026 also Wednesday plans. 25 and 2026 from My Money Matters. The seasonal from Wednesday plans. Cash But Cute monthlies, Scratch and Match seasonal, and the Wednesday plan seasonal minis. The monthly rolling match from the Rockin' Witch. We're going to start this today. And the 52 week challenge, which we're also going to start today. And again, I think I'm going to put the money from the, maybe put the money from the 52 week challenge in a tin. But I was also considering, like, at the end of each month, do I take the money out of these envelopes and put it into this tin, which is a bit bashed up to be fair, but I've also got a sticker on it, save £100, which I am going to do, but do I put the money, you know, from the annual challenges into this tin as well? Or do I just keep it in here? But I definitely don't want to be spending it. I want to be able to be saying, you know, at the end of the year, I've got £300 in here. I've got £80 in here. I've got whatever this saves in here. I've got whatever this, that, I've got 260 in here. I've got, you know, well, each of these saves 10, so I've got 120 in here, you know, so let me know what you think about, do I put it in the tin or do I just keep it out? So that is my annual challenges. Again, that got quite a good boost from the reallocation. And then this is my challenge binder. If you've been watching me, you know that I am doing the Mini But Mighty's box from Dingley Designs, and I have worked through a fair few of these already. I've got other mini challenges from other creators as well that I'm going to do, but I'm just looking through the Dingley Designs. I am signed up to the Dingley Designs subscription, so I've done about, I think about 20 here. Well, I've coloured in 19, so 19, 20, which I've completed already so far. Coloured them in, the money is in this tin. I've got my new challenge checklist. And then I've put an assortment of challenges in here. I've got 9 in decline, I've got Frosty Funds, Snowball Scratch and Match, Sweater Weather, Dingley Dollars from the Dingley Designs Advent, Lizard Loot from Budget and Bloom Designs. I've got Pyramid Patterns from, also from Budget and Bloom Designs. I've got Clear the Line from Endless Budget Design. Bear With Me While I Save, Scratch and Match. So Scratch Match from Bear With Me While I Save, and Teeny Tiny Teacups are from Source Budget and Life. So a little assortment of creators there. I'm just going to keep this out because we're going to be using this in just a little minute. But I do need to find some dice. So I'm going to need this one for Clear the Line. Get this one for the 52-week challenge. And then I need to see if I can find my wee lizards for Lizard Loot, which is in this wee bag here. And this is my dice for Pyramid Pounds. we have some money here. So this has come from, so it was the weekly money for week 4, which I've decided just to stuff into challenges. It was the birthday money for my sister-in-law because I've already bought her gift out of leftover Christmas money, which would have been going into challenges anyway. And what else? The rogue £20 I found sitting on my desk. £80, £90, £100. More than I thought, actually. 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, 85. So £185. So what I think I might do is I might allocate 50 to go into minis. And we'll do that first, I think. So let's see what we've got. I think we'll just do these two. They're £25 each, and then we could just put the £50 into the tin. I know this isn't the way that we're normally doing it, but it just makes life of that wee bit easier. Four, 7, 8, 10, 11, 15, 18, 19, 20, 25. So and then we'll just and then that's two of the Christmas ones out the road, because obviously Christmas is past. I mean, we'll still do them. I'm not bothered that they're Christmas challenges, we'll still do them, but it just, yeah, means that so we'll colour in 2 on here, which means we're nearly halfway to our first 52, and I'm hoping to do this twice in the year, but again we'll have to see. I've got quite a lot of mini challenges because I've got some other ones here which are a little bit bigger ones, but I've got like from other people, some are freebies, some are not. Quite a few from Luna Lolly and things, so I will be doing them at some point, but I just kind of wanted to get through some of the ones in the box first before we add them in. And yeah, so I think the first one we're going to do is clear the line, because this could potentially be quite a big one. So let's just see. So that is a 6 to begin with. A 4. Jesus Christ. This challenge is evil. I'm sorry, but it is. £68 in one roll. Oh my god. Okay, so this is going to be a big saver. And I don't think we'll be playing this one every week. Because otherwise none of the other challenges are going to get a chance. So 50, 65, 70, but we need to right, 68, and then we've got 2 of these left over. And this just goes in here until but yeah, clear the line from endless budgets and designs is definitely evil. And this could potentially save a good couple £100. Right, we're not doing 9 in decline, absolutely not. We'll do that next week. We won't do clear the line next week. We'll do 9 in decline. What do you call snowman with a 6-pack and abdominal snowman? And you say £5 for each one you scratch off. So that is Frosty Funds. Scratch and match. Scratch 2 snowballs to reveal icons. If you match 2 icons, save £5. If you don't match, then save 10. Right, so that isn't a match. So we're saving £10. And then we're also going to do sweater weather. And that is a 5 as well. So we're putting both these challenges into this one envelope. So they both save, well, we don't know what they both save. We know that this one saves £40 and then it'll be whatever's left. So then we've got Dingley Dollars. So I think we'll just start with Creepy Critters. So that's £1, £4, £7. So the Kim, that works out absolutely perfect actually, because I've got £2 placeholders left over. So and I think we'll just work through these challenges one at a time. Okay, so lizard loop. So shake the sack, catch a lizard. So this is in 5s and 10s. So purple is 10. And then you colour in your lizard, I assume. And then whatever colour gets to the finish line the fastest is your winning lizard. Yes, I know my colouring is absolutely shocking. So this saves anything from £30 up to £220. So if I could save it anything over and above £100 from that, I'll be happy. Pyramid pins. Right, is this going to bully me? Oh, 5. We'll take that. I was hoping it wouldn't be too high one after I got absolutely decimated on Clear the Line. But I do want to get some 20s on here as well, just to give me, you know, a better... Although the minimum on this is £2.50, so that's still quite good. So even if I only get the minimum, it's still quite good. But if I could get somewhere in the mid-range, that would be absolutely brilliant. Right, I think that's all I'm going to do in here. I've got £25 left. Because I absolutely forgot that I was going to do so I'd already done these two off camera when I was mucking about, just want to see how it worked. So what, I'm actually going to put it in the envelope just now, and then what I'll do is maybe at the end of the month I'll put it in the tin, just so I can kind of keep track a wee bit of what I've saved in each month. So that is the first 2 weeks of the 52-week Mega Saver done. And then the other one that I definitely wanted to do to start was the Rolling Match Jumbo. And you don't get dice for this, however, I have bought the holiday and the seasonal, so between that I have pretty much got dice for a free month. So it's blue, purple, purple. So no, that's a grey. Oh. I don't know if you can see that purple on the camera, but anyway, I have coloured it in. So we will pop this back in here because I don't want to lose or mix my dice up. I do need to kind of tidy up my desk a little bit. So that wasn't a match. So that is £10 going into here. So this could potentially save £30 each month if we're not getting matches. which is a good wee boost now. I've got £5 left. Don't know if I want to put any more into this binder just now. Well, I'll just put 5 in here. And then that is a wee bit extra into this one for January. So I've completed most of my January challenges pretty much. I've only really got this one to complete. I've done January here. I've done January here. Something into this at some point. I've done January here. I've done this full seasonal one. It's only £1 in icon, so it's only £20. I've done January here. So I've got this one, this, but again, this is seasonal. I've got 2 rows on this one. I've got, I think, 3 rows left on this for January, and then that's it. And then I haven't started these yet. And I've also got the Cash Pursuit 2026, but again, that might just have to wait until later on and kind of play catch up a wee bit. Because, yeah, again, we just might not have enough funds for everything at the moment, which is fine. Just because, obviously, the main goal of this year, and you're probably sick of hearing me bang on about it, but if you know you've been around for a while, you do know that my main aim is to pay off debt. So, and complete my debt management plan, which ends in March. So I've got a payment coming up with this month's salary. I don't know how much I'm getting paid yet. I haven't had my pay slip yet. I should be getting that on Monday. Because I get paid on Wednesday. And then I'll know exactly how much I'm getting in my wage. And then I can look at, you know, what I might have a wee bit extra, what I might have a wee bit free to put into challenges. And yeah, we'll just take it from there and we'll see. We'll have the the weekly envelopes. And again, I don't typically do much spending day to day when I'm working, because I'm working 12 hours a day. So it's really only if I'm getting a taxi home from work or if I pop to the shop for bits and bobs. But again, I allocate household money and things. I don't need any household stuff for the foreseeable. I'm still going to allocate the money just in case something crops up. However, I shouldn't need to get anything. So again, that's that money to go into challenges. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing how I'm going to do things in 2026. And I will see you for my next video, which will probably be after I get paid, and it'll be for my week 1 cash stuffing for January. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.